How to get a tax deed today. Episode 2 is what we are tuned in on here today. And this series is about showing you how to get that fast tax deed as quick as possible. And we want to work on the fundamentals of the tax lien and deed business. And the fundamentals of the business get overlooked a lot. And this is why I want to jump on here live and just continue to walk you through these steps of getting that first tax deed. And some of you watching will get a tax deed today by following the steps that I'm going to outline. Now, what I love about tax deed investing is the fact that you can buy property sometimes 80, 90% below market value and more, and it wipes out the mortgage. And remember, a tax deed is when you get a property and the starting bid is the back taxes owed. It can get bid up from there, or you can get what's called the over-the-counter tax deed, which is where there was a tax deed sale and it didn't sell, and it's just sitting there right now in county inventory ready for you to go and get possibly today. So that will be a big part of the focus in this series, is getting the over-the-counter deeds that are available right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go into this a little bit blind to just show you basically the simple steps on kind of how simple the process is when getting into tax liens and tax deeds. Now, the basics and the fundamentals are so important. When you look at any sport, any athlete, or any profession, it is the fundamentals that allow you to be able to do extraordinary things. So this is the purpose of this series, is to help you always understand the fundamentals, because it's pretty straightforward across the board. I remember I was in New Zealand for the Rugby World Cup years ago, and I think it was the All Blacks captain. I don't remember his name, but there was an interview there with him, and they were talking to him, and he was at his 1,000th practice. And you watch the rugby players practicing. I've never played rugby. And you watch them practicing, and they're just doing like basic stuff, like throwing the ball side to side, all this sort of stuff, little sprints and all that. And they were talking to him saying, like, how do you keep the passion if this is your 1,000th practice? And he said, I just try to get better every single time. And that should be your intention as well, is to be showing up to this business every single time. And even though what I'm saying here might even sound repetitive, and you might say, oh yeah, you've said that before. Well, until you're executing it and getting consistent deals, I can't say it enough. So that's what this is going to be dedicated to. We got some folks joining in on our live stream. Hello, Bree and OPO. Not sure where that is. Looks like maybe a Russian name, perhaps. I'm not sure. Maybe I screwed that up. But if you're just tuning in, I'm Dustin Hahn. Been doing this stuff for a long time, and this channel is here to help you get started. And some of the stuff that we use as tools in these live streams are the free ABCs, obviously, that I give away. So that if you click more info below, you can get this, because we basically use this as our guide. This is basically I compiled my notes over the years of going to auctions for myself and then put it into this book. And then the other thing we're going to be using today is the tax deed directory. And once again, this is like the guide navigation. If this is an airplane, these are like our dashboards, or old school type things in. So obviously I give it away for free if you click the more info button below. We got some folks joining. Megan, it's happening. Good to see you here. And you can make sure to grab that by clicking the more info button below. And then, as always, if you want some one-on-one mentoring and some help in this business, you can also click the more info button and go there as well. So let's continue on with the show. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go right back to the basics. Okay. And the basics, now, obviously we have the tax deed directory. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this basically on the fly, and exactly how you're going to do it. So download this, or you don't have to. You can think of a county and just follow along, go to Google. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go blind. Okay. I'm going to just open this up randomly, put my finger on a county here. Let's go to Minnesota. All right. Let's go to Minnesota, and we're going to go to Becker County. Okay. So Minnesota, Becker County. I'm going to pull this up in the book. Now, this directory has all 1,500 contact information of every county out there. So you can just go to it and follow along. You can also Google it, but I'm just going to use this. Like, this is going to be what you're going to use every single day. And once again, I just give it away. So we're going to go to Becker County. Now, the website is here, But I'm going to just go online. I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. And we're going to go to Becker County, Minnesota. And actually, I've purchased property in Minnesota before. And I do know a lot of these smaller counties have some really good properties. So let's just do a little screen share here. You should be able to see my computer. Okay, we're going to come here. Actually, let's go to the window, share the screen. There we go. And a little bit of an inception, but we're going to pop over here and we're going to go Becker, Minnesota, Becker County. I need to learn how to spell Minnesota tax collector. Okay. There we go. Becker County. Here we go. Auditor. Becker County property tax information in Becker County. They're open right now. And here we have their website. So we're just going to pop over here to the Becker County tax collector. And here we'll have a lot of the information. Auditor, treasurer, pay your property taxes, things like this. Let's see what we want to do. Tax forfeited assessments. You want to come poke around. And remember, every single county here is going to be a little bit different. So you need to use the basic principles here to get in touch and see what's happening. So if we're going to come over here to tax forfeited easements, I'm not sure what that is. All Minnesota counties have authority to convey road easements. So that's not what we want. Oh, here we go. Tax forfeited land information. Now we're getting somewhere. Tax forfeited land sales. Tax forfeited land information. Okay, so we're just going to take some time. We're going to poke around here. And this is what we're doing. What the Land Commission do? We're going to cruise, see what they have. They're going to have information. Unwanted land. There are 2.8 million acres of land in county ownership today that nobody wanted. Are valuable treasures, contribute to the overall state, play an important part in tourism. So that's pretty crazy. 2.8 million acres of land in county ownership right now. 2.8 million. Let's see. County supplies, 38% of all wood commercially harvested by the land in Minnesota. This is super interesting. So there's a ton of land, and I've bought super cheap land at these deed sales in Minnesota. So there's lots going on here, and you want to just start getting familiar. This is kind of what we do, right? Tax forfeited easement, timber auctions. We want to see what's going on. And coming back, natural resources management. We're looking around. And remember, guys, this is part of the process. This is what you need to become an expert at. Let me make sure this thing's still working. There we go. Still working. So this is what you need to become an expert at when it comes to doing tax deed sales. You want to be poking around. The land commissioner, right? So we want to get familiar with the website. We want to see what's going on. Becker County. So a trick that I do, I probably won't do it here, is I'm like a little bit dyslexic, so I'm a very slow reader. So for anybody who's following along, if you're on a Mac, I do this all the time. So if I were by myself, what I do is I would just get the computer to read it to me. I'd just go like this.
Becker County policy is as follows. The easement first must be offered to the township in which the easement would be located. This gives the township the opportunity to obtain a public easement for their use. If any part of the
So I won't bore you with that. I will work on my skills here to improve. But that's what I do when I'm doing this stuff by myself. Rarely will you ever catch me reading anything that is super long. I'm a fast listener. So like I can listen at 3x, but I read at like half the speed of any normal human being. Let's come back here to the questions. So we're going through it now. What you can do next, Becker County tax collector, and just you want to start exploring, right? So we're going to come over here, Becker County tax deed sale. Let's see what we have here. Forfeited land. So it's bringing up basically the same spot we were at before. Notice of tax forfeited land sale. And we're going to poke around, okay? Becker County tax lien certificates in Minnesota, the county tax collector. So, oh, that's somebody advertising their tax lien stuff. How dare they? How dare they do that? I thought I was the only one. I guess I'm not. So tax forfeited land. Let's see, 75,000 acres. Majority of lands have not been classified. So Becker County tax forfeited land sale. It's probably going to go back to where we were before. Oh, check it out. What do we have here? We have a list from 2019. Okay, so we have minimum bid. And this is where you would start doing your research. We would come onto Landglide, start looking around, seeing what's going on. This is definitely an older list from before. Minimum bid 60,000. This is township. Got some land here, parcel number. But this is part of the process. You need to get good at research when it comes to the tax lien and deed business. That is a big part of it. Just getting familiar with these counties, poking around. You would be very surprised. Property sales. Oh, what's this? Okay, property sales. Sales vary by county, public auctions, Minnesota Land Commissioner. So what I always like to do is there's a lot going on here. Brief history, poking around, a little bit of background. I don't want to go through all of it. I really just want you to get the principle here. Becker County property tax map. What's happening with this? Becker County parcel information. Coming over. Okay, yeah. So this is where you would take basically the parcel search from where we were before. Let's see, parcel number. So let's take a look. This is an old one, right? So this one's 60 grand. I should be able to search this here into this and search it, but we're live, so it might not work. Oh, there we go. Plant, what's this? Okay, name search. Let's see, what are we coming up with? Okay, so we have some information here. It says the owners. Okay, we're now coming over to the land map, and then we can see what's going on onto the GIS. Here we are. Okay, I agree to this. Alrighty. And what do we have? Parcel number, got some land. We're looking at this, and this was sold, but it looks like there's a house there. Okay, that's probably why. Whoa. It was $60,000. So, man, it's on a lake. Whoa. Okay. So, where did our lot go? We seem to have lost it. But guys, this is the basic research. This is what we're doing as a tax deed investor. We're hunting around. We're seeing what's going on, right? We want to do our research here. We're going to come back here because it just zoomed out completely. But this is what you do in the day in the life of tax lien and deed investing. You get good at doing the research, okay? So we have this, boom, we have this lot here, not bad, on the lake. Okay, now we're in action, right? So if we were to be looking at this old list, where do we go here? Notice. So the bid here is 60 grand on a lake. I'm betting it's worth a lot more than that. Let's see. We'd have to get the address here. Boom. Owner's address. Let's see. Owner, South Ave, Fargo. Okay. Let's go on Zillow and just see what it's worth. Boom. Fargo. Here we are. Comps, LoopNet. Oh, it's a commercial building, perhaps. What do we have here? On LoopNet, value does not seem to say, but you get the idea, right? We're going down here now. We left one of the best pieces to last. And what you need to do is come back here. And remember, when it comes to over-the-counter properties like they say they have, the best thing to do right now is call them and get the list. Okay, click on the contact assessor. Look, we have all the emails here, their phone number. You can click on that, boom, and we have all these extensions. Obviously the assessor, you can talk to the attorney, you can talk to all of them, and you're going to come, if you want, use this book here to start. And then let's see here, stop screen sharing. There we go. We're back. But go through this. There's a link below. You can grab it, download it. It's totally free. And then the next thing you'll do is grab the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing. Once again, guys, I'm not selling this sort of stuff, but it has everything because this is what I do when I go to sales, right? We have the property evaluation page and you have all the questions. You'll just call the county, ask them, when's the sale? Where is the auction? What do you have in inventory? And then you start to build your list of all these properties and all these auctions and things like that, and then you're in good shape. So Minnesota's a great place. You saw there they have millions of acres, or lots of acres right now that's just unclaimed that you can go and get. Okay, so these are sitting in county inventory right now, and my goal is to help you get started, get these things, get into this business. I was on the oil field hating life back in the day. And it was this business that allowed me to escape that oil field, get out of that crappy 9 to 5 grind, and do real estate. So now it's your turn. Use tax liens and deeds as your way into real estate. You're watching this. Odds are you haven't done a deal yet. This is what it takes. We just kind of went through the basics here. Just grab the county directory and have some fun. Research, practice, open up, close your eyes. Boom. Where did we land? We landed in Pipestone, Minnesota. All right. Go there. A mistake you're going to make is looking for that home run on the first thing or after a couple hours. Remember, where there's money to be made, there's going to be some competition. So don't get discouraged, right? Look at your job where you are now or anything that you're good at. You had to put some time into it. Now, the crazy thing is just an hour or two a day in this business, you can make more money than a doctor or a lawyer within a couple months if you just dedicate to it. But the big difference is most people, especially maybe from academic backgrounds, you're used to like, okay, if I, A plus B equals C. Whereas in this business, it doesn't quite work like that. You might have to call one county or another county. You might have to call 30. Some of you might get a property on the first county. Some might get it today. You'll get that list. You'll research it. You'll buy it by the end of the day. It's absolutely awesome. Let's see. Quick question here. I see old tax liens on Alabama from 2014. It's from 2015, say $200, say 200 times 10. So yeah, that's definitely good insight, right? So if there's something old from 2014, then you could buy it, but you'll probably have to bring the taxes current. So always look and see how much it's going to take to buy that property, right? Because if it's a piece of land that you want to sell for $5,000 and there's other taxes on it, then you need to be careful in that situation. What if the county doesn't have a website? That's great. I love it when they don't have a website. Remember, the harder the information is to get, the more opportunity you are going to have. Okay. So very straightforward rule to keep in mind. I love it when the counties don't have, Ukrainian. Sorry, I said Russian earlier. Thank you for that. So that is a good rule to have. And you got to dig. Maybe you'll get frustrated, but keep tuning in. I'm going to start doing more of this stuff, setting up some different technologies. Well, understanding more of the technologies here to get started. And once again, grab this stuff, click the more info button below, grab this, get started. And once again, it's a totally free mini course that's going to get you started in tax lien deed. We got all this on demand. It'll dive into the nitty gritty. But as we go, I'm going to continue to do more of these and kind of a series like the tax deed of the day or whatever, just to, like going to the gym, right? An example is a lot of people want large biceps or to lose weight, and then they go to the gym once. Did it work? No. This is, you go to the basics. How many times have you walked on a treadmill? How many times have you done a bicep curl? Thousands of times to get good at having a nice set of guns. Some suns out, guns out, right? What do they say? Curls for the girls. That's the way to go. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Once again, if you want some help with this stuff, you can book a call. Maybe we can work with you like on a one-on-one basis. We do mentor folks to help them get into this, to help them speed up the process. And it works really good. You can talk to us. We'll show you, where to go, what to say, and all that, and build a custom plan. It's hard for me, obviously, to build a custom plan for you here today because, we have our questions coming in the chat. But if you want some mentoring, we work with, rather than like selling thousands of these every month, which is a pain in the butt, now I just give it away. Go get started. And if you want to work with us, if you want to be mentored by us, you can click that link, the more info, check it out. If not, I'm just pumped you tuned in. If you have a question, go ahead, ask there in the comments. We would like to hear from you. Let's see, another question. If you bought a tax lien, another question. If I bought a tax lien, redemption 1 year, what happens after 1 year? Well, after that year, you can foreclose, but most tax liens are a 2-year redemption. And just always make sure you buy the first year. Let's see. How much is the mentorship? So we have all sorts of different mentorships, and we like to customize it based on what your goals are. So if you click the more info button below, book a call, we can chat about it, and you can see it's not a one size fits all in that regard. Okay. Yeah. And then once again, if you like this stuff, share it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And thanks for tuning in. I always appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one.